So that concludes our sponsors. So let's go ahead and get into our music news. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to CKG Music News. Today, our first topic is going to be about our Wednesday Night Live event. So this is a new series that CKG started back in April. Wednesday Night Live brings you curated music from the hottest upcoming artists. It's not a showcase. It's not a talent show. These are professional shows where we give you the artist experience, of catered food, lights that are synced to your music, proper tech equipment. So CKG Sound has really just enjoyed Wednesday Night Live so much. So make sure you guys tune in. Our next event is actually coming up on August 24th at Act Black Box in Hagerstown, Maryland. So if y'all have never been out to one of our events, you do not want to miss this. These experiences are such a vibe. I know some people from the audience have started to be able to come experience these events as well, and we've been having a great time. So make sure y'all tune in. Wednesday Night Live, CKG Sound, CKG Entertainment. So our next topic that we're going to touch base on is just the Freedom Festival again. Just to kind of reiterate a little bit about this event and what it entails. The lineup is crazy. We have so many fire performers. We got Sonny Bronco of Hagerstown. We got Crystal Baby. We got Secondhand, which is a reggae band out in that area as well. And then, of course, Ash the Artist and Alonzo are performing as well. So, again, they have mad food vendors from Haitian to African, Caribbean food. They're going to have DJ Nord there doing, what's he doing? Go-go music. So there's going to be a go-go hour. So y'all don't want to miss it. Hagerstown has really been putting on. Honestly, the whole DMV area is starting to really just give more opportunities for people. So shout out to the Freedom Festival and Earn, who presents that event for the community. All right, guys. So this next topic, I'm going to ask what y'all think about it, because this was definitely interesting whenever I heard about it. So French Montana is actually making some headlines right now. And what he's talking about is he's calling out record labels for profiting off of artists' deaths by taking out life insurance policies. Yeah, that's rough. We're going to talk about it a little bit. The rising rate of deaths among young artists has caused record labels to find another way outside of releasing music to profit off of the deceased artists. Which is hard because, we've lost a lot of people over these past couple of years. And, all these posthumous albums, if I'm saying that correctly, come out. And, some people have mixed feelings about it, which I could understand. But the fact that these record labels are taking out insurance policies on these artists is just a whole different level of using them. So I think that's real crazy. Specifically rappers in the last few years, a lot of these artists were signed to major record labels who gave these artists advances that will go unrecouped after the artist's death. In the event of an artist passing, labels find new ways of profiting off of them, whether it be through releasing those posthumous albums, selling their likeness for advertising, sync licenses, etc. So French Montana's calling them out on that because, again, it's like it's a double-edged sword. It's hard because, for example, I think about like Mac Miller when he passed away. I know there was a lot of unreleased music, and then they had put some out. Some people were very happy to hear that music because Mac was their favorite artist. They're like, his legacy lives. Other people looked at it the opposite spectrum, feeling like people don't have the right to speak on this man's art and release it how they think he would put it out. So I could totally get the argument from both sides, but what do you guys think? Anybody in the crowd have any opinions about this topic or what they're doing?
Business.
It's business.
It's crazy. I don't think they're doing it wrong. Because you got to think, they do the same thing to you when you sign a record label while you're alive. They screw it over. It's business. That's
right.
Make
So
sure they get paid.
Right.
Now, rap is risky. They got insurance.
Rap is risky, so they're taking out insurance.
You're supposed to like the label anyway like that.
Right.
May I have just 1 second? I don't even like to talk about this type of shit because really it goes a lot of ways left and right. But like, y'all don't think it's weird that Dolph, X, Vaughn, they were all signed to Empire.
Yep.
Like, let's just be real. Like,
let's talk about it.
Like,
Track undercover.
And there's 2 other artists on that label that I'm not mentioning that all met the same fate.
Or locked up. Because at one point think
And the same thing happens to you if you're locked up.
Yeah, that's right.
So, do I think that happens? Yes.
Yeah.
Do I think we'll ever know about it as civilians? No.
Right.
I don't think it'll ever get through to us to where we can actually talk about it. I think it's always going to be this thing that we have up in there. I mean, look at Michael Jackson. When Michael Jackson died, a lot of people don't know Michael Jackson owned Eminem's entire discography.
He was buying
because
catalogs,
Eminem
yep.
would not stop fucking with that man. He was like, dude, keep fucking with me. I'm going to buy your whole discography. So to this day, Eminem doesn't make money off of the Eminem show, Curtain Call,
Go ahead.
or anything. Michael Jackson's estate owns all of that. So at the end of the day, if y'all don't think that shit does happen and people don't throw their dick around like this shit's the fucking mafia, that's stupid.
Facts, bro. And like you said, it's business and it's a risky business, but it's like you see people take advantage of it. So that's why ownership and being aware of the paperwork you're signing, don't be so eager to be put on because you don't know what that entails. And that's something that we talk about reoccurring on CKG Sound. But again, you know what I mean? That's a double-edged sword for sure. But I definitely see where y'all are coming from. And, you know, I don't think it will ever stop unless people continue to become, I guess, independent. But even so, you're going to get to a point where you're still reaching out trying to get either maybe even a single signed. You might not want to sign yourself, but you might try to get that distribution for that song. So it's like, again, just be careful who you're working with. And, you know, it's just part of the game, which is crazy. But, yeah, ownership is important. That's what they're saying online. Ownership. Rap is risky. So, yeah, guys, crazy.
You should have your own life insurance. Theoretically,
yeah.
When you start making money, you should already have your own life insurance policy.
You have both.
Like, literally. Cause like,
I learned this recently that if you're in the business with them and they sign, like say you sign and you're like a artist of like a reputable fucking stature and you lose your life, like you can have your own shit set up, but your business is a whole other separate entity compared to that. Like you'll have what you get for your family and what you already have stipulated, but they can open up a whole other thing because they have future plans with you. You know what I mean? Like if they had a whole thing set up. So it can go out, and then a lot of the times when it's split both ways like that, it gets even more messy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It can get messy for sure. And this is stuff people don't really think about. People are just so eager to get in the game, get their name, get put on, and it's just like what comes with that. You know what I mean? So read the fine print, know your shit. You know what I mean? And make sure you're protected out here, especially once you start putting yourself out there for the world as an artist. So definitely, that was a good topic. All right, guys, let's hop into this next topic here. I know the Verzuz battles have been super popular lately. We ain't going to talk about Ray J. We're going to let them alone. Like, they got enough heat for what they did. They know. But, you know, we got a new Verzuz on the radar, potentially. Usher and Chris Brown. So, apparently, you know, Usher addressed this potential Verzuz with Chris Brown. And Usher said that he agrees that these options of either Chris Brown or Trey Songz would be viable. Like, they would stand up. If anybody's going to do it, it would be them, he said. But there's nothing that is actually in the works for this yet. He confirmed that there was a flyer that was put together, but it wasn't official. They're not doing that. But he explained and teased that he appreciates what people see. And he doesn't think that the world's ready for something like that. But I don't know. What do you guys think? If it was Usher and Chris Brown, like in a Verzuz?
Oh,
That's a hard one.
I'm biased.
Let me hear. What you think? You said Usher?
I can't tell for real, bro. It's like you gotta put song versus song, you know.
Right.
Usher's like old school. Chris Brown came in too with his little, you know what I'm saying, give me that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Chris Brown been killing shit since he stepped in the game.
Yeah.
And Usher has too, but they both had differences. Chris Brown beating on Rihanna. Usher got the bump lips, you know. Think about it all. You know?
Okay.
He was pulling out that fake money from strip clubs last year too. Like, he caught him up.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
He had the Usher bucks. Yo, he had the 20s with the Usher face.
Oh, you're so right.
He had
He
the
did.
Usher bucks. Let's be real, yo.
Yo, he had the
He was
Usher
in Atlanta
bucks.
throwing the Usher bucks. I was like,
But he
3K.
can.
Do Usher not deserve his own bucks?
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. I'm
Yo,
biased.
Does he
but
not?
imagine you working at night. You gotta go home and feed your motherfucking baby.
With that Usher
You
money.
Go get some milk with some Usher bucks. That shit ain't happening, bro.
I blame the strip club management for allowing that.
That's
Yeah, that's the promoter. That was the promoter. That was the management. That was
I think it'd be a good one. It's just, I think Chris Brown probably have a bigger catalog.
okay.
So I think
You say Chris Brown?
bigger catalog than Usher.
I think
That's
so.
we're talking catalog.
As far as, because he could throw in other stuff like, what I'm saying, mixes and shit with other
That's
people
true,
and stuff.
that's
So
true.
Yeah.
he does. I believe he dominant. You know what I'm saying? As far as that, you know what I'm saying? But
That's only
but he's
because
not.
Chris kind of dominated a
'Cause
little
he's
later.
everywhere. You feel me? Like,
But Usher ain't
Chris,
stream.
though.
Usher ain't stream.
That was the
If
last
Usher
thing.
came out, in my opinion, because I'm super Usher biased.
Yeah.
If Usher came out during the streaming era, he got everybody auntie and niece now.
Mm.
yeah.
Chris Brown's still growing into, because a lot of old heads will see him as that little cokehead, light skin, dance and jump around. You know what I mean? Usher got the aunties and the nieces, but
You
Chris
said he was on some
catalog
Bobby
Chris.
shit, y'all.
What happened?
You said he was on some Bobby shit.
Whoa.
Bobby and Whitney shit.
Somebody
He was on some Bobby shit.
Somebody just commented online and said, but Chris beating girls and other crazy accusations. So I mean,
It was like Chris Brown, Bobby Brown.
right? Like, is
I've heard
that
people say that. I thought it was the wildest argument. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
right? Their uncle might be Joe Jackson. You never know. You gotta look at these family trees, y'all. Like, for real.
You never know.
You never know, but I mean, we'll see one day if this Verzuz happens. I think the Verzuz idea is pretty dope for real because it's a different way to interact. You know what I mean?
Now, Chris Brown might got it, right?
Okay.
I think catalog wise,
now listen,
Okay.
when the last time Usher was giving out $1,000 photos and stuff like that?
Yeah.
You take was it 2,000?
Desperation.
No, I don't know. You take a photo of Chris Brown and he get $1,000. He up there in the game. Huh? You know what I'm saying?
Are you talking about the meet and greet?
Yeah, Charlie, that's like a desperation.
Alright, so
sign.
look.
What,
If I buy $1,000 meet and greet and I don't get to take a pic with somebody, I'm gonna be salty as fuck.
That was what he meant.
Like, yo, it's $1,000. That's a, like you said, that's a feature.
Promo
That's promo.
Facts.
That's a car bill. Like that's like
Literally.
that's so much shit, bro. If I didn't get to take a picture of him, I'd be salty.
Yeah. So I'm saying these artists out here making their money. Online, they also comment and said they might see Usher's music more cleaner, and some bias by fans might come into play. It's cleaner music from Usher because it is a little more R&B. Chris do be kind of, but Usher got his songs too. Like he got his little nasty songs,
You got to do it to me.
right? Like
Twerk it out. Little 87.
Yeah.
Bro, like, that's
yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So, like I said, y'all, we'll see what happens. It's not happening yet, but you know what I'm saying? Usher, Chris Brown, we'll see who takes home the trophy. Somebody said, all I know is Usher move mountains. You ain't lying, homie. You ain't lying. He be moving mountains. But, okay, cool. Well, guys, that concludes our music news for today. We're gonna